My name is Benjamin. I'm 22 years old, and I took my marketing company from zero to $70,000 in the span of 6 months. And yes, that sounds decent or good, but my journey actually started 4 years ago, where I basically started my whole business journey. And in this video, I just really want to give you some raw insights to actually what it have taken to get to this point, and all of the crazy stuff that I would say I have been going through for getting to this point, because there's a lot of people that aren't telling you exactly what it takes, and it's just showing you the top of the hill. So yeah, let me just dive into this to hopefully inspire some people, but also to basically motivate some people that are on their journey, and give them some insights to what it takes. And obviously, I want to preface this by saying that obviously I'm definitely not where I want to be yet. I'm still on my journey. I want to take this company to 250, 500K. First goal is obviously get it to 100K in the next couple of months. But yeah, I started my journey 4 years ago in Denmark. I basically saw an ad from a Danish guy. It's kind of like Tai Lopez type costs that I saw during like COVID. And I showed it to my dad. He runs a music store, so he was kind of down for letting me use it for his company. So we bought it. I joined it. I watched all of the stuff, and yeah, I started the journey. So I started with doing cold outreaches, putting up the phone, starting to pitch these companies, and yeah, it didn't really work that well. Um, sorry. So basically, 3 months later, I finally received a reply from a company here in my hometown that were interested in a meeting. So I physically went there. I was shaking like a nervous little kid, and they also mentioned they could tell that I was extremely nervous. But I ended up closing them for $750 a month. And yeah, then I basically started signing clients from that point. But I needed some kind of help with some pixel stuff. I reached out to another guy in the group, and yeah, he kind of screwed me over, tried to take all of my clients. He fucked up the relationships, and I basically kind of lost the fire for the agency at that point. Um, I then kind of switched into e-commerce, starting some web shops kind of thing, because my monkey brain thought that was a shinier object. And I mean, it went pretty well. Like I did some decent numbers, but yeah, nothing crazy. So I just kept that on the side while I finished my business college, and then 2 years ago I went all in again. So basically, we started an agency. We started three guys in an office, and because we were all kind of insecure about this whole thing, we just partnered up together, which was a really stupid thing to do, because we didn't know each other that well. And it was also what I just mentioned, based on like kind of insecurity, and also like three partners in an agency in the majority of the times is not a good idea, because like you build a business to hire people, and like it just doesn't make sense having the equity split into three when you can have all of it yourself, in my opinion. Um and basically, we started off the grinds. We started building a stupid website, and it was, by the way, around like that Thomas Gunnett bubble that we kind of started. So we started building out a website, spending the first 14 days perfecting a website that no one was ever going to see, anyways, which was extremely fucking stupid. We also did a bit of outreaches, but it was definitely not the volume that we should. The clients we signed were absolutely terrible. It was e-commerce stores with no proof of concepts. Our service delivery sucked. We didn't know at all what we were doing. So we were struggling a lot. We did like 3 or 4K, and it was super painful, because I remember when my friends asked me like how much we were doing with it, I was like, I couldn't barely answer, because you just look so stupid in that moment. Like, instead of them, doing the education and all of that stuff, you just look stupid. And yeah, we kept it going. We basically started like a web shop over the summer that kind of saved the revenue, which is quite fucked. So that did like 100K over the summer, which is like decent. Profit margins aren't the best always in web shops, but it kept the light on. And we then decided, after having some other clients, we probably got to like 15K a month or something. We then decided to move to Marbella because we had a client there and we thought it was a really nice place, and obviously, we wanted to get out of our comfort zone. So it was super uncomfortable making the move when I was 20. I moved to Marbella. I obviously left friends, families, my families, my family, and my hometown. And then I started obviously my life there, and it was extremely tough. It was extremely tough living with people that you don't know that well, just because you kind of want your personal space as well. And then also like it's just so hard with partners. Like it's so hard always knowing like who should be doing what and who's focusing on the highest leverage tasks, who's doing the outreaches, are you doing enough outreaches, are you doing enough work equally, all of that stuff. And also you're more likely to just kind of put the blame on someone else. It's like, oh, if he's not working, then I shouldn't be working. And oh, this problem is burning problem right now. Please, can you just solve this problem that will do this? And it's I just don't like it. I really don't like it. But that's just my personal opinion and kind of a side tangent. Obviously, if you have a great business partner, it can serve you immensely. But a lot of times when you start out the business and you don't know shit, it can be quite a problem. And then basically we started the agency there again, or kept running it. Obviously, didn't really have any success. Like it was again shit clients we signed from all different industries. We didn't know how to deliver really for them. And yeah, we were stuck. So in January, we had to make kind of a tough decision of splitting up with one of the partners. He wanted to go into more like info product as well. And then, yeah, it was me and my other partner left. That time was extremely hard. I was just going back quickly for Christmas. I was just feeling terrible. Things weren't going as they should at all. I could meet up my friends in my hometown when I was home, and like they thought I was balling because I lived in Marbella, but if they knew what was going on behind the scenes, oh man. I woke up every day after that. I got back from Denmark in January, and that time was so tough. It was just waking up, you felt like shit because it was like things were just not going as they should. And you just it's just so hard at that stage, in a sense, like just being brutally honest with yourself and pinpointing why exactly it's not working. Because obviously now it's super clear. I didn't have any like scalable acquisition channel where I could put my money into and get appointments on the calendar. I have empty calendars. So how in the world would I ever think that I could get success and sell people and get people on? So basically what happened from there is that we obviously started focusing on our own new business. The two of us, we bought some coaching, which was actually game changing, because like if you want something that you don't currently have and someone else have already like taking the steps to where you want to be, then you can really fast track it by basically getting help from people at that level. So we bought coaching from someone doing 100K a month, and we learned the fact that paid acquisition was the way to go. Because if we could crack the code on that, we would never have to worry about appointments. We would have that acquisition channel where we could just put more money into and fill up our calendar with qualified booked appointments. So we did that. We had a lot of like learning curve with like doing these paid ads, getting on meeting with people, getting better at sales. So it was kind of like break even, made a little bit of profit from it. and then suddenly we started changing actually to a certain niche. Okay, now it's this niche. Let's go all in. Let's try it out. And that's really when we like cracked the code. It was in January, February, March. It was around like April we started, and already in the first month, I think we did like 25K. Started selling like 6K piffs, which was fucked because we went from doing nothing to that, and we went to 50K a month, and then we kind of had a really huge problem with our fulfillment. So it was really hard fulfilling on people for people in this specific niche for some reason. There weren't that many other niche like companies in the industry as well, which is maybe the reason why. And we ran the company during the summer. Then during the like the fall, we kind of started like scaling it down, because it was also like a mess with ads getting restricted, ad accounts, and all of that. And we got a couple of disputes, to be honest. Only like two or three, but still, like, then basically we switched our niche out again. Things just went to shit. We were back to zero. And it was at that point that the partnership with me and the other partner weren't working like that good as well. So we ended splitting up as well. We were both on the same page with that. It was just hard, kind of having both like same ambitions for the business, exactly the direction that we wanted to go to, and also we wanted our own thing that we could do what we wanted with. So now I was there. I had worked 3 years on the whole marketing thing, and I had nothing to show for it. I had 5K in the bank account. I was super sad. I was super frustrated, and I was actually at the point of like, should I give up? Like, I was texting some friends about what they were doing in terms of like education and stuff like that. Really deep down, I knew that I wouldn't go that route anyways, but it was still like I explored it, which is, yeah, I was at that point. And the scary thing is like, if I stopped there, I wouldn't have been where I'm at today. And that's just scary, because that's the scary thing with business. Like, you if you hit the stop button and you stop, you stand with nothing. You obviously you have learned some lessons and stuff like that, but you would have nothing to show for it. And yeah, then I basically went all in. I had 5K in the bank. I said fuck it. I put it all into ads, and kind of my mindset, which obviously I had a great mindset from running paid ads in the past. I kind of knew like how I should do it, and also like the numbers that I should be seeing, how I should sell, all of that stuff. Actually, I wasn't taking sales call in the old business, so I was a bit new to business, a bit new to basically speaking English. So that was also a bit challenging at the beginning. But anyways, I started running ads, and I switched to a model that was basically enrollment fee plus pay per appointment, and that model was way better. The reason why I like that model better is basically because of the fact that it's just way easier making your fulfillment great when your incentives are aligned. So basically, if I get paid per appointment, I'm going to look at the ads. I'm going to the media buyer. I'm like, what's happening here? Why is the CPL low? No, obviously, why is the CPL low? That's a good thing. Why is it high? And also, I'm looking at the schedule rate, the pickup rate, all of these stuff, and how the agents are performing. Because overall, if the fulfillment on the back end is not working as it should, I'm not making any money from these appointments, and that's super frustrating. So that just flipped the switch completely. Where with a monthly retainer, it's just a bit easier, not giving that much of a damn about it. To be frank with you, so that's something that was super important for me. That kind of flipped the service delivery for me, and it was also obviously a bit easier to sell. So, anyways, I started the ads. I had the mindset from the beginning, and that's something I read in Principles, which is basically a problem is just an opportunity screaming at you. So, first thing, sales. I sucked at sales, needed to figure that out. My close rate was probably like 10-15% when I began. It was terrible. But the great thing is, I still managed to get my ad spend back and more. And the reason why I could that is because I just sold everyone. And that's my mindset when I first, like, if you don't have that much money and you're starting ads, you need to try and squeeze as much out as you can of that pipeline. If you need to downsell them, do it. If you need to give them basically like a package where they save some money on the appointments, do whatever it takes, because the most important thing to you is to get that money back. It's also to get the clients so you can learn the fulfillment better. But ultimately, so you can take that money and take it back into the ads to sign more clients. So that's what I did. That was the first thing, basically cracking the ads. Then I took all of the money I made, I put it back into ads, and yeah, first month I made 15K. Then the second month I think I did around like 25K. Then it was around like 30K. Then the fourth month 40K, 50K. I did around 58K, and now I'm at 73K for last month, I believe. I can just pull up a screenshot here to see the exact number. But yeah, that's kind of been the journey. Like, if you really boil it down, it is in a way simple, because it's like you just gotta look at all of these different problems that occur as you basically start the ad. So sales first, you sign the clients, and then you figure out how to basically fulfill for them. And they start screaming at you. You see these different problems, and then you solve those problems. So that could be the call center team sucking shit. It could also be the ads you're running, the offers you're running, B2C that aren't great enough. And then you basically just attack all of these different problems. And once you solve these problems, the next one pops up, the next one pops up. And you just need to be a professional problem solver to basically get to the next level. And it's just a continuous cycle. Like, then it's sales, then it's fulfillment, and it can just go back and forth. But yeah, that's a complete side tangent. Anyways, I hope this was kind of inspiring, kind of helpful for the people out there that are in their journey that maybe can relate. Also, people starting out that think they will go from 0 to 50K tomorrow. It's just unrealistic. There's so many things that you need to go through in terms of like hardship. But I think it's also just like mindset. Like, there's so many things that could block you at the beginning. You can be lying to yourself so hard. I've been lying to myself so much, and it's kind of incredible. But yeah, I could keep talking. But yeah, I hope this was valuable. Have a good one. Bye bye.